And hello, this is Matt Bradley-Tschirgi. I'm author of books like Star Trek video games, The Films Eddie Murphy. I got a new book coming out sometime next year called Doom Video Games. And I am streaming an indie game that's on early access. I saw something post up about it. If you're a writer, this is a cool game. And, in early access, it's not that much. It's, under 20 bucks, I think. So I thought I'd check it out and we'll do a little stream here. I've been playing it some. If you have any questions, feel free to go in the chat. And why does it say whatever? Why does it say Return to Monkey Island? So strange. Okay. Anyhow, we're gonna go do a new game here. Just gonna start from the beginning because it's early access, so it's a bit rough. But this is one of these, like, you could call it like a cozy work simulator about running a bookshop. So I've never worked at a bookshop myself, but in retail, I worked at a Blockbuster Video, movie theaters, all these things. Worked at a few restaurants, so I certainly have a lot of experience working with the public. And yeah, so we'll go open the door, and we'll start by we have to lay out the store before opening it, and it's a bit of an economic simulator, a bit of a building thing. Reminds me a little bit of the PC hardware simulator or PC building simulator, stuff like that. So we're going to open. And we get to place this very first bookshelf along the wall, and we can see this is the entrance where we want it. Why don't we be kind of fancy and just rotate it right here? Whoop, so it's clockwise, and then R for counterclockwise. And we can see if we do control, it snaps, but not right against the wall. It leaves a gap, which I think is a bit of a bug. But if we do that, we just put this right here, and it gives us objectives as we go on. It doesn't quite have it later in the game, but it's still early access, so there's some kind of goofy stuff. But basically the workflow is, and we'll see, we don't open the store, that's when your day starts. We can see in the corner it's Monday, day 1 at 8 a.m. And what we were doing here is going to look, and you basically buy inventory and stuff from your in-game tablet right there. And then you have people come in and you run the register, hire employees to register, and you kind of grind to get to different shop levels to open shops. And this is Paris right now, but later you get to open one in Japan and stuff. So yeah, this is a fun little game. I'm gonna try here. When I was playing this before, I had this at the side, and it was a bit tedious. But I think if I do it here, right, that's okay. Have the register there, so we can run the cashier. First, we have to buy books to stock the shelves with, right? So we're going to open the tablet, and notice because we're not open yet, it's so we can keep going. Books and more. And so here, part of this interface stuff is a bit confusing. Like, we can't buy used book stuff yet. Later, you get shelves for comics or manga or accessories. It talks about you got to kind of grind for the different shop levels, which makes it feel a little bit like a mobile game. I hope they polish it out with the full version. But it's also, not completely up and running yet. We're really early on. I like you can sort by genre, right? And there's things like, classic fiction. These are all parody titles too. Return of the Blaine instead of Return of the King. Instead of a Sword of Ice and Fire, it's a Court of Horns and, something else. So all those things. Tomeo and Odette instead of Romeo and Juliet. So let's try a few mixtures of genres. I think it only lets us order 3 to begin with. And so we'll confirm. It talks about you buy it at wholesale for 9. I'm not sure what that currency is, but let's just call it dollars for the sake of things. For $9, market value each is 14, meaning, you get a $5 profit on each one, and you can adjust the profit as you go on. By Bill Shutterspeare instead of Shakespeare. I mean, these puns are serviceable. Still, I think the idea of a bookshop simulator is a cool idea. What else? We'll do a nonfiction, Famous Battles of World War IV by General Aries Johnson. Anytime you have Johnson as a last name, that's a bit... so we did a romance of this. Let's do a science fiction. Let's do this A Court of Horns and Poses by Janet Glass. Oh, it says it's a romance. Okay, fine. And then that's it. That's all we have to begin with, right? So we go here and we can see, but we haven't bought any books. We just say we want these. It calls them licenses. I guess it's licensed to sell books. I guess you're right, but that phrasing could be a bit better. Anyhow, right? We have these, and how much do we order these for? A 10 pack, right? You order 10 at a time. So if we have one shelf, why don't we do 10 each and see how they sell? So you're going to do confirm, confirm, and you have to click. I didn't realize this at first. It seems kind of obvious. You have to click buy now to go and do this, right? And so now if we go out, we can see, and this is a good tip on this game, you'll want to do a lot before you open in each day and before you close, because when that clock ticks, you want to be making money so you make a profit, you don't run out. That's the closest you can get to losing in this game. And you point to what shelf you want here. So you 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think the bottom shelf does anything. And so like you look at these graphics, right? Are these the best? No. When you're done, this is kind of, you can throw it. And you just get a pile of trash on the outside. That no one comes to clean it is kind of weird. Maybe I'm missing something here. But here we go. We got this other thing. A court of horns and poses, excuse me. And we're going to do one more. That it gives you these objectives on the site is nice, but it doesn't do that when you get past like level 7 or so, from what I can tell, which is you can kind of connect the dots. It's not rocket science here, but still a little bit frustrating. So we're going in here, and we can adjust these. I've played some games since like SimCity way back when, right? I loved one on SNES called Aerobiz Supersonic. That one was really cool, where you simulate running an airline, setting advertising budgets. I was a strange kid. So let's go to Tomio and Odette. We can see right now profit is $5. Market price is 14. Yeah, so we get $5 profit. So we could go up by 10%. We could go down. You can also round it to the nearest whole number. And why don't we start by just upping it 10% and seeing if we still sell copies or if it's too expensive, because that's pretty modest, but we make an extra $1.40-ish on each thing. So there we go. We're going to interact with the light switch. Oh, got the light. Not pretty difficult things at first, and so you can open it by clicking on the door, right? And we'll start having customers, and we have to run the register because we do not have... Oh, it says we get a new book here, which is cool. So you have to kind of juggle before you get employees, running the register, checking people out, and buying things. And you have to exit the register to do that. So we got this, right? 3 books. And it's cash. This is really like working retail. I'm getting flashbacks from this. And then you give change if it's cash, right? And pull the lever and you're done. And if it's credit card, you have to type in the number. So, I mean, in this way, like it's a... And then we got, 3/4 and a nickel, and then pull the lever. And the clock's ticking, so you're going to process as many people as possible, right? And then we go here, and we're going to open the tablet. It mentioned we can get one more genre of books here. I like sorting by genre. So we did romance, did nonfiction, I guess we didn't do a fantasy. Maybe we'll do a fantasy, or a classic fiction. Let's do The Bad Batsby. Okay. And you think that would buy it, but of course you got to go... Oh, okay. Oh, let's go back to here. And we get 12, 15. Boom. She has a card, right? So now we got to type in... You can do it with the mouse, I guess. Alright. To do the card. And there we go. So if we go back to the tablet, we can see we have this Bad Batsby. And if you right-click, it'll just order 10 of them, which is what we want. And we got to run outside and get our books. So we can see these are selling okay. 7, 5, and 6. They all started with 10 copies each. So that ain't so bad. I'm going to open and blow her mind. Give her some pew-pew new books down here. And she wants one of the new ones as I'm filing it, which I've done that at the store. That's fun, right? And we'll change the price on this later. Look at her. She's a real trooper buying all these books. And we got to do... Okay, just got to pull the lever. She gave exact change. Nice. So here, I'm going to just jump this up by 10%. Check her out. And then we got another kind of quest thing here on the side quest. Buy my bookshelf. And we got to give 1, 2, 3, 4... This is go to Depot Max, look at all, or look at containers, which we did. Except it's not doing it, but that's fine. So we got to do 1675, 6 to 2, 3. Boom. Five, 6, 7. Do we need to buy? Do we need to refill the books that are selling better or whatever? We don't know yet, but I gotta keep on, processing all these things. Nice. So we did that already, but didn't catch it. So you go Depot Max tablet and navigate to the All tab or the Containers tab. We can see there's a bookshelf. Is it wanting us to buy a bookshelf? It's missing some of these objectives, I think. So we'll buy it. And that completed the objective. It just wanted us to buy another bookshelf, but that's not what it said. So that is mildly annoying. I don't know what happens if you mess up on the price or whatever. Maybe you lose points or time. Or you lose the money. That could be 5, 6, 8, 9. So we're gonna... I see. We're gonna... So here, this big guy, right? And like the boxes are different sizes depending on what it is. We're gonna do another bookshelf. Why you can't turn it at 90 degrees is a bit odd. So we get this. And we're gonna buy more books. I think we gotta order more books. So we got 6. I wonder if you can play this in VR, because it kind of seems like it with some of the work simulator aspects of it. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So point at the edge of their bookcase while holding snap hotkey. It's control. Look at the side panel of another book. I'm not quite sure what this means. Oh, maybe I do this. So I'm like, pick up, snap, and do this. So again, this is the wording's a bit strange. Anyhow, I'm gonna do this. 420. The music, again, is like elevator music, which is fine for this kind of a thing. I would assume with a bookstore thing, if you could pick different radio stations or something, that'd be kind of cool. But all this stuff in game development costs more money, which is why you don't sometimes see all those options. Open the Depot Max tablet used to store items that are not for sale. So we're doing this. So we can see this furniture thing that wants us to buy a trash can. Well, I think it's just cosmetic, really. That's not even right English in that description. This is early access, but I think, despite it being rough around the edges, it's pretty cool. What is it? Open the Depot Max tablet app. Used to... Oh, do I not have any books? Is that the problem? It is. Ha! Okay. Well, there's that. So if we do this... Alright, I'll do... 300... Let's do another 400 bucks worth. Oy. I kind of wish you could like adjust time to go faster or slower. That's something that's a little bit annoying with this game. As you go here. I guess the pile of all these things is kind of comical, but that they don't just clear it out, and that'll save the graphics memory is a bit weird, right? So we're doing this. If you put multiple things on different shelves, right, more people can read it. We're gonna go. And you know, the people wear different clothes. You know, it kind of looks like The Sims, but these things are first person as opposed to the old school SimCity did like isometric looking things. I'm not quite sure how I feel about that, but it does seem to be the trend for these kind of things. So I like that the interface is minimalist. I like that it's not overly complicated with a zillion icons on the side. So I'd say, you know, at this early access price, if you like Sims, if you like bookstores, if you're working in a bookstore, I would say it's worth it. But otherwise, you know, maybe wait on a sale. And there's really, you know, there's a lot of features they're going to add, it looks like. So we'll just have to see. 1, 2, 3. We got one more of these things right here. Now what I'm wondering is, does it keep that 10% increase from before? And it does. So it does remember, if you put, you know, one book on one shelf, one book on another, it'll do that consistent price for them. Open Office, or sorry, not Office Depot, Depot Max Tablet app used to store items that aren't for sale? Is that what it means? I'm not sure what it's saying here. It's not even like... Okay, whatever. I think it wants me to buy the spray paint and the pan. And we're almost at the end of the day. I think it closes at 6 p.m., maybe? Or it might be 8, something like that. Two, three, 4. You can see here too, right? Oh, it doesn't have us pay bills yet because we're just at the beginning. So we bought one each of the other things. Maybe we have to buy a personal shelf, I think. Is that it? So you can store spray cans and other things. Okay. Right, no, that's not right. Again, that's nothing what the description said. It's just outrageous that... And I'll put this little bookshelf here. And I can't squeeze behind it. Ha ha ha. Okay. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're gonna get this little guy, right? We can see it's a spray can, so we can, you know, spray it here and make that thing red. Yay! And I'll place it. So I'm supposed to place it on here. Okay. I'll need to move that shelf, or the desk maybe is the way to do it. 6. So why don't I do some rearranging? If I... when you pick it up, it doesn't remember what side it's... If it's clockwise or not, that's kind of weird. Okay, so you got this. So that solves that. And looks like we're closed. But as I was saying before it closes at 8, we should buy more things and stock up the shelves. Because we only have not that many copies of the books. So if we go, whoops, what does it say? Run your, yeah, okay, that last thing we gotta finish the day here. So if we go and Get one more book, eh? I'll do another genre. And it's... oh, I see. These things will show up later. We can at least order them now, right? We got the Taker. And we can do a mystery, the girl with the Hydra tattoo, of course. So this will be like... Alright, we'll do an order of this. Oh, we did. I guess we need to open the other one then, huh? So again, I mean, those are funny, like kind of, like even though the spoof titles aren't great, that they make fun of the cover art, I think is a cute touch. So we will buy Taker, which is here. Burning the midnight oil. And we'll close it. End of day. Alright. I'm running the shop until... Oh, we got to do enter. So we can see we're 400 in the red. That's not great. Wait, is it not showing the actual game? Start next day? That's not good. What's happening? Why is it not showing the game? That's... Ugh, I'll stop this.